welcome back. Where did we last leave our tale? Ah, yes. At the foot of a volcano, in the midst of erupting. Let's see. Last we left off, our main characters, Whimsy and Skaaymon, traveled to the elemental plane of fire, whereupon they were immediately greeted by the Prince of the Plane, the son of the current Arbiter, Telravik, also known as Botsvar Telravik Azar IV. Telravik was assigned a mission from his mother to escort the two of them as far as their territory reaches, and to meet with the leaders of each city and earn their respect along the way. He managed to earn the respect of the first two city leaders that they came across. But they have now encountered their most difficult challenge yet. A volcano. Normally not a problem for residents of the Plane of Fire, however, Whimsy and Skaaymon have much issue with the ash in the air and the poisonous gases that the volcano exudes when it erupts. So, unfortunately, our main characters had to pull back, found themselves parked on the side of the road, unable to approach the volcano any further. What do you do?
Whimsy, falls back in her seat and, kicks her hooves a little bit in frustration. Guys, just go! We'll be fine.
What? What will be fine? I don't think you'll be fine, Whimsy. I don't think Skaaymon will be fine, okay? I'm sorry, our goal is to make sure you make it to the city alive. I really don't want to explain to my mother why I failed my mission because you guys decided to get roasted alive by a volcano. You're outsiders. You're not flameproof. I already saw how much you were affected by the heat here in the castle. Look. We gotta find a way to deal with that. Whimsy, can you talk to it? Again?
I can't just tell it to stop. I did so much to convince it to erupt. Do you want me to just, I can't just, blue ball it like that?
Skaaymon? Can you talk to him?
Talk to the volcano?
They're not erupting right now?
I don't know. I highly doubt that is possible. I don't think I can do that. I have no connection to it in any way possible, so probably not.
Well, Telly, you're fiery and stuff, and you're going to be the whole leader of this place. Why don't you just you can tell it to stop if it means so much to you.
I don't think I speak volcano. I don't think she'll listen to me.
Telly, give it some credit. They're very nice. Very easy to bargain with. Come on, just give it a try.
Oh, Zeus, what is the name of this volcano?
This volcano is referred to as the Emblem Pass.
The Emblem Pass, all right. Well, then I guess Telravik will, in like a small, short prayer, just whisper out, Emblem Pass, can you please not be exploding and erupting right now? We need to get past. At least grant a safe passageway through.
The volcano does
You
not.
can,
Sorry, go on.
okay. You can tell he's not putting all of his heart into it. He does not expect this to work.
The volcano does not react to your pleas.
Look at him.
Alright, I'm going to be honest. I do believe our best option is to turn around at this point. Just
Turn
wait
around
it
and go
out in the city.
where?
Back to the city at this point. We're gonna have to wait this out.
No.
We're not gonna be able to pass through this.
How long does it take for this eruption to usually last?
A couple days, typically.
I mean, it would be smart for us to do that, I think. We can. Telly looks between Skaaymon and Whimsy a bit before settling on Whimsy, and he sighs. We can watch it for a little bit, though, before we make our way back. You know? I mean, she decided to go off for Whimsy. Might as well let Whimsy enjoy the show.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, but come on, you seriously don't think you could just fly us around? Like, I can go small.
Whimsy, I was already struggling to breathe inside of a vehicle. There's no way I'm going to be able to outside of it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, go around. You don't have to fly, like, directly through it.
To avoid the smoke completely, it would take probably multiple hours.
You don't think you can fly for a few hours?
It could probably carry you. I don't know about Telly here, and I don't know how long it would take for him to get through the volcano with the vehicle.
Come on, don't you still have, like...
Telly, do you know how long it would take for you to get past the volcano?
I know this was said in last session, but I myself do not remember at the moment. Zeus, grant us your wisdom.
The volcano eruption would probably slow you down a bit because you're avoiding avalanches, mudslides, and lava flow. So it probably would take you like 4 hours to get around the other side of the volcano, give or take.
Damn. It wouldn't take me too long to get around, I don't think. I think worst case scenario, I could do it in 6.
Okay. How, given how, like, looking at how big the smoke cloud is in the air, Talon, how far out would Skaaymon have to fly with Whimsy to get around the volcano without causing too many lung problems.
The wind is kind of blowing northeast, and unfortunately, north is towards you. But if you go to the west, it would probably be about. You would gauge maybe 6 hours of flying, and you wouldn't be able to touch down because, in order to fly far enough away from the volcano that you're not inhaling any ash, you'd be flying over a lava lake. Or lava ocean, I guess. There wouldn't be anywhere that you could stop. You couldn't rest. It would just be 6 hours of straight flying.
I need to pull up something real quick. There we go.
6 to 8, I'd say.
It would take me about 6 hours of straight flying to get around this fucking thing. That's without stopping.
Would you be able to do that?
I don't think so.
I mean, how strong is your endurance, Skaaymon? Depending on how long you can last.
But it's decent, but not. I don't think I've ever gone that long. There's no way to rest anywhere without landing in lava.
And it's, well, I mean, even if we did make a platform or something for you to rest on, I don't think you'd be able to withstand the heat anyways.
Not for long, no.
Not enough to actually fully recover.
No.
Hey, listen. Skaaymon, do you still have like the potion that I gave you? The one that like makes you smaller or whatever? You could give that to Telly so that he gets smaller and isn't as much to like carry around, and then I can be tiny. And then if you get tired, you can just like, I don't know, like float or something. Well, not float, but like just like stable, like whatever. Like you can take a break like midair, can't you?
No, that still uses. You still have to keep yourself in the air. That still requires you to keep in flight.
Wait,
At
float? Can things normally float? Like mid-flight, Whimsy? Would that not be like some sort of magical aspect?
Sometimes it is, sometimes people are hovering. But hovering, as Whimsy is describing, I think, it still takes the muscle and the energy.
Not as
Hmm.
much.
I mean, Whimsy, you have a decent array of magic. Can you make something float and just stay floating in the air?
She kind of crosses her arms and sticks her bottom lip out. Why would I do that? I mean, I could if I wanted to, probably. But
Oh,
like,
wait, what? Because if you make something float and stay floating, can't you just float the car?
well, I mean, I could, but like, I don't know, I mean, it'd take a little bit of time at least. I mean, honestly, like the time it would take for me to just like, bring myself around to it, it'd be better for us to do something else.
I mean, if
Oh,
you have the ability to make like a person float now, then that could work.
Don't, Skaaymon, okay? I don't. Not right now. Not right now. That is something I'll be able to do, like, super duper soon. But no, okay? You heard it from me. I don't have the ability right now at this very moment.
All right.
I don't have that ability either. Whimsy.
Well,
Okay.
then
So we can come up
we
with
have
something else
to,
then.
yeah, we'll have to pick a different path here.
Um,
Unless we can figure something out with fucking levitation here. I don't think we can, though, by the sounds of it. I think we're just gonna have to turn around and wait this thing out.
Skaaymon. It'd be like an endurance thing. Like, yeah, you'd have to push yourself kinda hard, but like, come on. You need to, like, constantly improve yourself or whatever, anyways. How are you gonna improve if you don't push yourself?
There's a difference between training endurance and this. This is dangerous levels here already. Like, we're gonna probably want to back up pretty soon. The smoke's getting fairly close already. It's. I don't know if you and I would make it to the other side before suffocating, Whimsy. I don't know much about volcanoes, but I do know that the smoke can get thick and that there can be things in within the smoke that can stick to the lining of your lungs. I don't know if we'd make it out from this. You might. I wouldn't. So,
I mean, my only ideas are kind of dumb ones right now. I don't think that they would work very well for you guys.
I love dumb ideas. Do tell,
Yeah.
Telly.
Well, I don't know how heat resistant you guys are, is the thing. And the smoke would definitely prove to be a difficult issue. If we could find some way to maybe filter out the air, we might be able to maybe do something on the car to make it cooler so that you guys aren't. We might, if we can filter out the air and keep the car cool, you guys might be able to last, but it would be if we can create some sort of, I don't know, like bubble for you two.
I mean, I highly doubt the whole wet cloth over someone's mouth trick will work for too long in this, and I don't know if it would work on you.
No.
So,
Plus, I don't think you'll find that much water around here.
no, probably not.
So, you want to just sit and watch for a bit then?
I still think that we should go for it.
I don't think we'd be able to survive.
Game on. You have no faith whatsoever in us. We would be fine. If you really don't want to risk it, then like I think the most we should do is like go back, get like a mask or something, and then just like go back. Like, waiting around too long seems like, you know, not only that, but like, Telly, like, like your dad might be in a bad predicament. It's probably not good to wait around too long.
The mention of his dad, Telly seems to rethink. It is clear that he now is much more reluctant to leave.
Let's see. Okay, if one of you two can propose a logical way to get through this, then
Okay, let's wait out for a minute then. Let's just, we can sit and think. And we've got a little bit of time. Let's take stock of what we have. Let's see what resources we can use. And why don't you guys also eat some food? I'm sure it's nearing time where you guys need to eat, every 4 hours and everything.
Yeah, that is true. I was almost dead, I guess. Whimsy will greedily start eating.
Fair enough.
Skaaymon kind of rolls his eyes at Whimsy.
You begin to devour some of the food that you purchased. As you watch the smoke billow from the volcano, you see the glowing red molten rock spilling from the top in the distance. Is there anything you guys would like to do over... Or is there anything you guys would like to do as you watch?
Whimsy is incredibly impatient. Like she keeps on like sighing and huffing like very loudly and looking toward the others. Her opinions on this are known.
Fair enough.
Ellie, do you know of any way that... Do you know if there's any sort of tunnel underground, maybe? That wouldn't work, would it? Because it's still coming from in the ground. It would still... No, it would break through. Never mind.
What are you even scared of? It's literally confirmed that like we're not gonna die. Telly is completely fine. The only ones who would be at risk are us, and we're gonna be fine.
We might, technically, be fine physically if what happened in the plane of air is to happen again. However, what happened in the plane of air is going to cause consequences that have yet to be known. Consequences that'll get worse every time we do the same thing.
Consequences like what?
We don't know yet.
What makes you even think there's going to be consequences?
Because I'm choosing to trust that the big fucking eye in the middle of stars outside of time was telling me the truth when saying that there were going to be consequences.
The eye again. Okay, what was it with the eye? You mentioned the eye, and then I was like, whoa, tell me about the eye, and you didn't want to tell me about the eye, but now that I want to do something, you want to tell me about the eye. So tell me about the eye.
I Frankly, I don't know anything about the eye. I know it's there. It was I know it's there. I know it's somehow connected to Sally and me.
Of course.
I don't.
You're really gonna trust that bitch?
I don't. Frankly, Whimsy, I don't really trust anyone here right now, okay? However, I'm not going to. I'd rather not take the risk of playing God here, okay?
You're not playing God every time you take a risk.
When it
I
comes
mean, arguably, mortals are some of like the dumbest, riskiest people out there.
when it comes to trying to brute force our way through something that would kill us, yeah, there's some risk there that I would not want to take, as it would be in fact playing God.
Come on, isn't that what we do on a daily? Is like do the impossible? We've done so much crazier shit than drive through a volcano.
We might have done crazier shit. I don't think we've done stupider than that. Because that's what that would be, is not crazy. Well, yes, crazy, but mostly just stupid.
Well, if we want to turn around, sit on our asses, and then, get on with our way and bury Tully's dad, then be my guest.
A sentence and it died in my throat. Motherfucker. At this point, I genuinely do not think that there is another option for us here.
What's the longest you've ever flown? Like, without stopping and resting? It can't be that much more like exerting than walking.
Tell him,
Yes.
given what he's okay, I'm gonna think this out loud, but I'm gonna think it out loud, therefore I can get your input. So he would do a lot of the flying in the Shadowfell, mostly either if it's above trees, it's not really for too long, and it would usually, if within trees, it would just be gliding from like branch to branch and whatnot. I don't think he's probably gone more than like 20 minutes to 20 to 40 minutes at best without needing some sort of quick landing.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. He definitely would have been taught to use the forests of the Shadowfell as opposed to the open air.
Yeah. I mean, he might be able to push himself longer by 5-10 minutes. If he were to like use wind currents and just kind of glide down without like moving, and then that can kind of help a little bit if you're taking the moment to like rest the muscle, but you're still needing to like keep them from plummeting so it's not too much. I don't think he'd be able to go up to an hour without resting though. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I okay. At best 20 to 40 minutes if I push myself. I might be able to go up to 50, 52.
What? You could walk longer than that, right? No, I know you can. I've seen you do it.
Walking uses different muscles that you've been using since you learned to walk. You do that a lot every day.
Dude, in the books, like the hot dudes with wings, they carry their women around for miles, like hundreds of miles.
And books are made
Come on, Skaaymon, you need to work out those wings more.
books are written as fantasy to gain the reader's attention, not in reality. They're not written to be realistic. They are written to keep your attention long enough to finish it.
Birds can fly all day.
Birds are that is part of their main biology. That is what they do. They fly
Well, your
around. You can
wings are
see
part
them
of your
hover around.
biology.
And so is the terrain I grew up in,
A
which
huge
most of
notable
it,
difference between birds and winged humanoids is that birds have hollow bones.
yeah, there's that, which I'll bring up in a second too. Given the terrain I grew up in, there's very no reason really for me to have to push myself for that long. I haven't needed to then. A lot of the time, my occupation was hunting. That was my job. So I was in throughout the woods. I would fly above the trees. I would glide from branch to branch.
Your people not do endurance training.
Our people is in a worn-torn, entire plain. We do some sort of endurance training, but it's specific to what we're going to be doing with our lives. I am a hunter. I am not a warrior. That has been very clear with how very quickly I can get my ass handed to me by people.
I mean, I thought you were doing pretty good in the fight.
I got thrown off of a I got thrown off the vehicle. I have I'm pretty sure I'm easier to knock down than Whimsy is.
You have
I
to have
am
a high
used
bar.
I am used to using the terrain to my advantage, using the darkness to my advantage, and most of the time I am hunting creatures, animals, monsters, whatever, whether it's for food or to get rid of the threats. around. There is no reason for me to be able to go that long in the air.
There's a faint flicker of orange light next to Telravik's head for a moment.
Oh, right. I forgot to look at DMs. I'm sorry.
No, I just sent the response.
Okay.
And to finalize your bird argument, Whimsy, birds have hollow bones. They carry less weight than a humanoid with wings. Their wings are much larger compared to the rest of their body, and they're also way more centered.
You can't tell me all those bird people in the airplane can't fly for a really long time.
They can.
Okay.
That'll be part of their biology, not mine. I am not a bird person.
I might have an idea. You, Whimsy.
Please.
Telravik will stand up and point at Whimsy. Your friend, our companion, Slimy, what is their how big can they get? Or is that like as small as they can get? As big as they can get?
No, they can get pretty big.
Do you think, Slimy, my friend, oh wise little Slimy, do you think you can possibly mold yourself into the shape, the form, and seal up all the windows and any cracks that are in the vehicle? Telravik will look forward to me for an answer.
Slimy says he doesn't know about. Okay, let's say that we, like, do that. That's risky. That's risky for Slimy. Because, like,
Okay.
yes, I can, like, do whatever I want and not die, but, like, don't tell Slimy I said this, but he's a little fragile, and I love Slimy a lot, and yeah.
Okay.
The inside? The inside of the vehicle.
Yes, the inside of the vehicle. Make it to where it's practically airtight.
I mean, if it's the inside of the... I mean, Slimy doesn't have to breathe anyways. Yeah, I mean, sure, that'll give us, like... Yeah, you know what? That'll get us moving. Slimy, just let me know the moment you feel uncomfortable, and then I'll go ahead and retrieve you, and then we can go on as normal and not die. Does that sound good to you? Oh, scaredy cat, we're gonna die, Skaaymon.
With everyone I could have been stuck with. You know what? I feel like at this point it's not worth trying to continue arguing safety. Especially because there's still a lot more safety concerns there.
Whimsy, I think Skaaymon has a good point. Skaaymon. Telravik looks a little apologetic as he says this. Skaaymon is quite fragile. I mean, you heard him say it. He needs as much protection as we can provide. So
I'm gonna fucking throttle you.
You're the one who said it.
Yeah,
Telravik is giving Telly is giving Skaaymon this look of like, please go along with me.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend.
Hold on. What is your insight bonus, buddy? Your insight is... It's a 13 total. Yeah, okay. He kind of glares at you.
Okay, cool. So Telravik is just sounding like an asshole right now. Good to know.
He opens his mouth to start saying something. Sorry, I realized I muted.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
He opens his mouth to start saying something, and then closes it and then just kind of glares for a second before making or like softening his gaze to normal.
Sorry, I don't mean it like that. It's just Whimsy, we gotta put our heads together to ensure Skaymon's safety here, okay? I know you would be able to survive the volcano. Yeah. Um, but let's work on getting and ensuring Skaymon can survive, because you don't want to be separated from Skaymon, do you?
Nothing could ever separate us. It's already been confirmed. But I mean, yeah. I guess I'd be a little sad if he got a sore throat.
I think it would be more than a sore throat. Imagine the trauma.
Hmm.
Burning up from a volcano is not a happy way to go.
I guess it's true. Skaymon's already like really traumatized. We probably don't need to add to it.
All right. So, skipping past that, Slimy, you can make it for the most part airtight. We need a way to filter out the air. Do either of you have any form of like magic where kind of like clean? Wait, Whimsy, the spell you have to like clean yourself, prestidigitation. Do you think that could possibly work to clear some of the soot and like toxins out of the air?
Mm, I mean, I guess I could try. I've used it as an air freshener before.
We're looking at specifically cleaning and removing toxins.
Hmm. But if we move. If you remove too many toxic things, Skaymon might disappear.
Don't worry, Whimsy. You'd disappear far sooner than I would.
No, I'm squeaky clean, Skaymon.
Hmm. Okay. I'm sure you both are clean in your own ways. Uh, I don't think the magic works like that, anyways. Okay, you'll be fine. Um, but I think what we can do is you guys can. We have Slimy seal up the doors and windows, and we have like a small little gap where you can be filtering in and out the air. Whimsy. We'll be relying on you to keep us alive. Okay. And in
Whimsy
between,
stands up a little straighter and does a salute. You can count on me.
rounds, you can also try to use it to, I don't know, ensure that like, oh, 1 second. Maybe, do you have anything that could work to possibly help cool you guys down as well? You have the ice magic, right?
Oh yeah, I have the cooling like totally covered.
Okay. So, in between turns of doing the prestidigitation, you can have Slimy close up gaps and take turns between cleaning the air and cooling down, one after another, repeatedly. I'll focus on driving. Skaymon, we'll need you kind of keeping an eye out outside the windows and everything, seeing if there's any rock slides, if anything's coming towards us. It will be a team effort between all of us, but we might be able to get through if we work together.
That I can do.
All right.
And you need to like write this down as like one of your like things or whatever. Whenever they're like, "Ooh, do like a test of blah blah blah," you can be like, "Yo, look what I did."
Admittedly, I did not think of this myself.
Wait.
The voice kind of fills the room as she says, I did not give you the solution, only the problem you were facing. You came up with the rest of this on your own.
I mean, I feel like you owe a little more credit than that. You, the
Telravik,
brainstorming, definitely.
you came up with this solution on your own. All I did was tell you the details of what you're facing.
Right. The information was helpful, though. Thank you.
Of course. The wisp kind of flickers and fades.
Yeah, what information was that? I'm sure I could have told you. What was it? What was it?
Telly is smiling as the flicker fades and disappears. And then he'll look at Whimsy and, not intentionally, the smile does drop a little. But like it's more so like he was smiling because he was like kind of like a little bit embarrassed, but happy, glad, and then he used to get a bit more serious. That's why the smile drops. Whimsy would definitely take that the wrong way. So, and he'll just say, "Oh, well, one of the more lethal things is definitely going to be the air. Being the air will be more toxic, so we needed to find a way to filter out that. We also needed a way to ensure, well, I mean, the mudslides and lava flowing, that's definitely going to be very lethal. So we got to avoid that for you guys. Just like all the stuff that the bad things that the volcano could do to us."
I've read about all of that in books. I could have told you.
Oh, I see. Sorry, Whimsy. I'll be sure to. Well, anytime something like this comes up, you can always, give your knowledge. I was still listening. Do you have any other information about volcanoes?
Hmm. Well, all of the other information that I have is just like bargaining techniques and stuff. Could teach you how to speak volcano.
You can
Oh, but maybe
teach
save that
me
for
to
another
speak
day.
volcano? What?
Well, yeah. How do you think I communicated with it?
Oh, well, I, I mean, I did. I just didn't think you'd be able to teach me. I thought that was like some sort of magical bonus or something that you had.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, but I can like spread my gifts and whatever. Like I can like bestow blessings.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. If you get the chance to, that would be. I feel really neat.
To see, we'll have to see. I need time to,
All
of
right.
course, rest and recharge from, this whole experience and the heat and whatever, but I'm sure I'll get around to it.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then Slimy, you know what to do. I'm going to try to find us the safest way. Skimon, before the smoke hits us, do you think you can fly up as high as you can and see if there's any viable pathways that you see immediately? And then using my knowledge of the place and your insight, we can try to find the safest route.
Um, yeah, I mean, I can from here. I don't know how far I'll be able to see, but
That's
it'll give
fine.
us a start.
That's all we need, and we'll just wing it the rest of the way.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
I thought it was a good one, Tully.
It was. It was funny.
Glad to hear it.
All right then. Skaaymon is going to fly up, and he's gonna cover his mouth with like his freaking his shirt or something. once he gets up, just to kind of minimize what gets in his lungs. And he's gonna look around, see if he can find a pathway.
Okay, sorry. You're leaving the vehicle, flying overhead to look for a path?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. Roll perception. Or survival. I'll let you pick.
Yeah, between the +8 and the +12, I'm going with perception. It's going to be 29.
Okay. 29. You do see the lava seems to be spilling mostly kind of towards the eastern side of the volcano as opposed to the western side. There are still some streams of magma, but it's mostly clear on the western side.
Okay. Alright. He will land. Get back in the vehicle. Okay, it is okay, sorry. The lava is flowing more down the east side, so we should be okay-ish going along the west side of it. There is still lava going down that direction, but not as much.
Well, I guess that's the side that we'll go on then. Whimsy is probably like currently getting slimy stretched around the car.
How is that working exactly? Like, is he making himself incredibly flat so that he can
Yeah.
stretch around the car without...
Yeah,
Okay.
he's just kind of flat to the ceiling.
Okay.
As large.
Okay. I
Large,
really need
slimy.
part of this stream.
I agree.
Large,
Like,
slimy
slimy
spreads
strips.
across the windows.
Largy.
Largy.
Alright, Whimsy, I know how much you like being in the front, but if I'm gonna be keeping a lookout, do you think we could switch places for the trek through the volcano? We'll switch back once we hit the other side.
You'll have a better viewpoint from the back, I'm sure, somewhat. So you can like look at the no. Whimsy. You'll have a better view of what we're passing if you're in the back seat, I think. Plus, it's a different perspective, you know?
That is true. It is a different perspective. And I guess I had more room to kind of like sprawl out and have it to myself. Be fine. Just until we get on the other side.
Yeah, just until we get on the other side. And Skaaymon will offer his hand to help Whimsy into the back seat.
Aww.
She's suddenly a lot more willing to do it.
Yeah, I know.
Her.
He's aware.
You can see the anger dissipating. Fully aware of what's going on here, but she's going along with it anyways. Thank you,
The party's
Skaaymon. What a
learning.
gentleman.
Have my moments.
What were you
It's not
saying?
the party learning how to manipulate Whimsy.
Here's the... Don't worry, she gets us back enough. Once Whimsy is in the back, safely, Skaaymon is going to then crawl up to the front.
In a bad attempt of a joke, when Skaaymon seats himself up there, Telravik look over and just say, "Come here often."
Skaaymon, like, still partially getting situated and, like, pulling his wings into himself a bit more so it's a bit more comfortable, just kind of stops, turns, and just stares at Telly for a second.
This is, the longer the stare happens, like the more hotter the flames on him get, and he just sinks into his seat. Sorry.
Now, here's the
He's
thing.
cackling from the back.
If I was better at, flirting, I would come up with a response here. I can't think of anything. I tried. My brain went to only when there's someone as pretty as you. I'm so bad at flirting, guys. It's so funny.
I enjoy the more like deadpan, like serious.
Yeah. He doesn't say so in that case, no, he doesn't say anything. He just slowly turns and like deadpan looks at Telly.
He's sinking into the seat so far, just like it's clear he's blushing. Like, uh, sorry.
Skaaymon will start to laugh.
Right, west.
We should get going.
We will drive. People drive.
Okay, you begin to drive. Roll a survival check, Telravik.
Can I get assistance advantage because we do have Skaaymon on lookout?
I will allow it. As Skaaymon keeps his eyes ahead, eyes on the road, where they always should be when you're driving.
He's a very inexperienced-ish driver, but safe driver, you know? That's going to be a 22 with advantage. Thank you.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You begin to move. With Slimy blocking up the windows and you drive towards the volcano. And this time the ash doesn't start to seep in. Some flakes of it get absorbed into Slimy, but for the most part, you're clear. The closer you grow to the volcano, the hotter it becomes. Uncomfortably so, but only uncomfortably so. As you move along the edge of the volcano, the hardest thing to deal with is the visibility. Even though most of the ash is traveling northeast, so there's still quite a bit of it that falls down here to the west side. And it's enough to make it difficult to see too far ahead. You see, as you drive, Skaaymon keeps an eye on the volcano's edge, careful. Sorry, I'm trying to picture something. Give me a sec. Skaaymon keeps an eye on the volcano's edge, keeping an eye out for landfalls, lava falls, or mudslides. avalanches, anything of the sort, while you keep your focus ahead. The main road is inaccessible right now, and so traveling along this kind of off-road route there is no direct path to follow. And it gets to a point where you do have to roll over some lava, and it gets very hot in the vehicle as you do, but it's not very deep, and it doesn't slow you down as much as a larger stream would have, as this vehicle is built to withstand immense amounts of heat. As you roll past, continuing on, the metal begins to cool slightly, no longer molten hot. The metal of the vehicle, the walls, and the air begins to clear up somewhat as you get further and further along. You are focused on driving ahead. Is there anything any of you would like to do while Telravik drives?
I think to keep her slightly interested, Skaaymon will every so often point out just cool little things to Whimsy while he's looking. Just like, hey, look over there, there's that. Or hey, look at this is cool, or something. I don't know. He just brief small things that he spots while he's keeping an eye out.
Like any good tour guide, Skaaymon, not Skaaymon, fuck. Oh my god, I did it again. Telravik will try to kind of assist in this and like try to give what little information he knows about this particular volcano, you know, the history of it. But it is definitely the entire time he's tense and like he's speaking in more shorter bursts, pausing between sentences, like looking around, making sure he's doing okay. Anytime like there's a bit of a bumpy stretch of road, he kind of pauses and focuses on that.
Fair enough.
Whimsy absolutely absorbs like a sponge all of the knowledge and definitely takes her time to look out at all of the stuff as she's handling the ventilation.
Fair enough. Then you continue to move through the ash and smoke as Slimy continues to collect some of it. And after about 4.5 hours of driving, you reconnect to the main road, moving towards the Emblem of Flames, the next city.
Once we're properly clear of the lava, Skaaymon, sort of to bother Telly a little bit, starts immediately climbing back to the backseat while Telly's driving.
Oh, you said this was to bother Telly? This bothers Telly. He, as soon as that happens, he's like, wait, wait. And he pulls over immediately.
I feel like by the time Telly actually manages to pull over, Skimmon's already in the backseat. What the hell? It's fine. Keep going.
How dangerous that is.
Motherfucker, we just drove through a fucking volcano. That is the least dangerous thing that I think I've done today.
You. My God. That was an accident.
There wasn't.
There could have been. You don't want to tempt fate. Oh, okay. Don't do that again. You can always ask for me to pull over and we can switch to like normal.
Yeah, they're taking too long. Anyways, Whimsy, do you need a hand up?
Of course. And Telly, I was going to wait until you pulled over.
She now takes the opportunity while they're pulled over and then go back up to the front.
We should probably get Slimy situated now, right? You guys, like, we're in the clear, right?
We are, right?
You are completely clear of the volcano at this point.
Good. Okay. Yeah, Slimy can rejoin us.
Perfect.
She'll go about regathering Slimy and return him to his small form.
You can also add 20 gold pieces worth of volcanic glass to your inventory. Which Slimy collected.
Hell yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah!
Yo, so Slimy.
Go Slimy.
She holds him up like fucking Simba style and like gestures for everyone to like come near.
Everyone, praise Slimy, your almighty savior and protector. We couldn't have done this without him.
Thank you, Slimy. We appreciate what you've done for us today.
You did good, buddy. And Skaaymon pats him on the head.
Wait, can we pet him?
Of course!
Telly will immediately just like both hands start like almost like a you with like a baby animal or something, just like you did amazing.
Baby.
I am super happy.
You never have to ask permission to pet Slimy or me.
Telly,
It's
your
the
hazards
respectable thing to do. Huh?
do you have your hazard lights on? We're pulled over on the side of a road. Do you have your lights on?
Shut up. I how do you know how to drive this thing?
I'm sure you know how to drive it. But that doesn't answer the question. Do you have your hazard lights on?
Skaaymon, lay off. I'm plenty noticeable. Anyone like is gonna see me and like they're like, I am the hazard light.
You are a hazard. That's what you are.
And a beautiful light of your life.
Oh, shush.
You know,
Shush, Skaaymon.
I come from the plane of pure darkness. You being the light of my life is not a good thing.
Huh.
You know, I'm all for doom and gloom. It's like a very hot aesthetic. But like, you know, I mean that's always what they do, like in the books and stuff. Like they have like, you know, like the nice, like bubbly, like bright girl to balance out like the gloom and doom of like, you know, hot dude who's been locked in his tower for 10,000 years.
Does this make me a sidekick?
Yes, probably.
Cool.
Wait,
What'd you say? Who's the sidekick?
Telravik was referring to himself as a sidekick.
He like whips around.
no, you're not a sidekick. Oh my gosh, that's like such an unattractive title. No, you're a prince, Kelly.
I think I'm definitely a side character, though. I mean,
No.
if you're looking at it from a story perspective, and you guys are supposed to be the main characters, unless is this like a one book thing where?
You could have three main
Yes.
characters.
Realistically, if it was a one-book thing, it would have ended in the fucking Feywild. Or the plane of water. Or even the plane of air. It still hasn't.
So would this be more of like a Is this like a series of short stories, do you think?
It's
Or
like a fucking fan fiction that the author won't stop writing.
hmm.
It could use with a little bit more ice, though, a little bit more shipping. We should write
Shipping.
that in.
I mean, you guys
Oh,
were in the plane of
it's
water. Didn't that involve lots of ships?
Oh, Telly.
Kelly.
Oh, Telly.
There's so many books you need to read, honey. Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
Telly.
sweetie.
Oh my god. Guys, I just tried putting my cat. Hold on. I have to check.
What the What the fuck? What? There he goes.
Bag of bags.
Was he in the bag? Oh my god!
I just tried cleaning it up and he was laying in there. I
Was it
scared him
Smokey?
so
I
much.
barely saw. Oh my
It was-
god. Oh.
He was just sound asleep as I'm trying to, shove the bag of bags, and pick up his mess. I am so sorry for derailing it. He was being silly. I had to
There's a
share.
jump scare. There's a cat.
I'm sorry, my boy. I love you. Okay. Shipping, fanfiction, books. I do read a fair bit of books, and I do read some fantasy books too. It's just typically, I mean, I do like fantasy books.
Well, shipping is whenever like you see two different characters and you're like, hey, like they should really get together. Like romantically or like
So-
sexually
A
or like whatever way you want them to.
relationship.
Yeah, a relationship.
Where
Okay, so just
the
like-
ship comes from.
Okay, but so they have to be in a relationship to be shipped. Got it.
Well, no. They don't have to be in a
No?
relationship. It's just the characters you think should be in a relationship.
Oh, I get it. So when you want them to be in a relationship where you think that they go well, you would call it shipping rather than them having a full relationship.
Well, you would say that you ship them together.
Mhm. Okay.
That doesn't necessarily mean something will actually happen. It just means that that is your opinion.
Mhm.
Or as a joke, some people will ship two random characters together that have no reason being together, but fuck it, why not? It's funny.
Do they ever ship objects? Like
Yes, they do.
a cup and the water that the cup holds.
They do.
Yeah.
There's an entire fucking game about it, actually. It's really weird.
Anyways, we should like totally be on our way or whatever.
Yeah, probably. So, you can turn your non-existent hazard lights off now, I guess, and we should get going.
I know I should have had the hazards on. Okay, I forgot. I'm sorry. You startled me. I'll turn the hazards on next time. I'm sorry, Skaaymon.
It's so fun to bother you. Alright, let's get going.
And
Upon Skaymon's command, Telravik will start and go.
okay. The Emblem of Flames, a large fortress city that stands between the city of brass and everything else in the elemental plane of fire. A fortress built to hold back the forces of the elemental plane of earth if they ever get this far. It is not the last stand that honor falls to the Steel Guard, but it is a powerful symbol, an emblem of what this plane, of what this nation can achieve. The proud peoples of the city move about quickly, focused on their task, whatever it is that any given person is doing. No one hangs around. No one dilly-dallies. Everyone moves with purpose. The large, imposing gates stand as the vehicle approaches. The guard patrol approaches the incoming transport, raising weapons, airburst rifles and halberds, not offensively, but ready, in case this vehicle proves a threat. As one of them approaches the approaching vehicle and knocks on the window.
Telravik will proceed to roll down the window. Hello. Routine inspection, I'm assuming?
Of course.
Right.
Your name and purpose for visiting the city?
Well, I am here to escort my companions to blank splay. I'm sorry,
Stone
guys.
Guard, I
The
think.
City
No,
of Stones is your destination.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm pulling the I'm sick card.
You're good.
Let's be honest, though, I'd forget anyways. I'm. Our purpose. We are here to escort I'm here to escort my companions to the City of Stone. And this is
Your
Skaaymon,
name.
Whimsy. Oh, Botsvar, Telravik, Zara the Fourth.
Oh, I see. You made it past the volcano with outsiders.
I mean, yes, we did. They wanted to see it in action. So she actually made it erupt.
Right.
Yeah, I still doubt that.
That was me.
Lady Umberlight is expecting you.
Okay. Well, I guess we best not keep the lady waiting.
You're clear to go.
Telravik will continue on then.
As you move through the Emblem of Flames, you see, rising high in the distance, the large center of the fortress. This whole city is less of a city. There are civilians, but almost everyone within these walls is armed. This is more of a military outpost than most cities within this plane, and that's saying something. There are residences and there are some civilians, but the walls are interconnected, spiraling inwards through strange angular shapes. It's built as a maze to prevent enemies from being able to make it to the exit, but working your way through a maze backwards is far easier than working your way forwards. And moving towards the center of the city is especially easy. The large tower rising above the rest of the city, circular in shape and capped with a strange domed roof, one that is not standard practice within this realm, and has only been like this for about 15 years, since Lady Umberlight took power. You approach the large tower. And as you draw near to the main entrance, a large garage door rolls open, providing you plenty of room to park, as you see two people standing, looking in your direction expectantly. The first is an elemental filling an entire set of black metal armor. And the second is a woman you recognize, Botsvar. A human woman with long scarlet hair done up in braids and a large bun at the back, dressed, cloaked in loose-fitting fabrics mismatched with steel and arcane wards. Lady Rose Umberlight. She watches as you park the vehicle, waiting for you to approach.
All right. Parking the vehicle. Telravik will sigh and try to put on. He'll compose himself as he steps out. He doesn't turn towards the lady at first. Instead, he will walk around and open the side door, uh, holding a hand out for Whimsy.
She elegantly takes it, and smiles up at Telly.
Thank you, my prince.
Oh, hold on, one moment.
You good? Oh, she's gone.
It disappeared for a second. Back.
Welcome back.
Okay, I'm sorry. Last thing I heard was thank you.
That was the last thing I said.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Right. And he'll also open a door for Skaaymon as well.
Skaymon's already out at this point.
Okay.
He's already out close to the door. He would have been sitting behind you. So when you got out, he got out like a second later.
All right. Oh, wow. Sorry, lightning. A bit hesitant, for just a moment. Telravik will approach.
Her arms are crossed as you approach, and as you grow closer, you see the spell book clipped to her waist. She does not draw the weapon. She just watches you.
Telravik's gaze would linger on the spellbook for sure.
She doesn't say anything as you approach her, and you see the guard standing next to her, holding a large black steel halberd, also doesn't say anything. They both just stare at you, waiting to see what you'll do.
I don't feel like it would take. Oh gosh, my brain is not braining. I have words here. Telravik would introduce himself elegantly. I apologize.
You're good. You introduce yourself as she nods and says, "I know who you are. You made it here faster than I thought you would." She clicks a stopwatch and turns it to face you as you see that the count is up to 6 hours.
One second.
You good? What are Skaaymon and Whimsy doing as Telravik introduces himself?
Skaaymon is kind of taking us, like, staying back a bit, and letting Telly do the talking, because that's kind of his job here. But is taking a look around at his surroundings.
Okay. As you
Here.
As you glance around, you appear to be in a kind of military hangar. There are a few airborne vehicles and quite a few kind of tanks and armored transports. This isn't quite as large as the production area that you saw in the City of Iron, but as you look around, you see the vehicles are all powered off, but you can see that, like, there are fresh track marks, as if most of them have recently returned. You see the room is, save for the 5 of you and Slimy makes 6, completely empty of people. There are no people here. there are rafters above. There's a very large space with two kind of floors, multiple maintenance bays. It looks like there should be a whole, well, a small army in here, but you don't see anyone. You see a pair of doors at the far end and another pair of doors up on the second level. But both sets of doors are closed, and you don't see anything beyond them. This looks like it would be a very powerful bunker of sorts, somewhere that people could retreat to and withstand the might of any siege, any assault, but again, there's no one here. The woman standing across from you, Lady Rose Umberlight, holds herself with an immense confidence. But you see, as you take a closer look at her, unlike the other dukes that you've met, she does not bear the mark of war, of conflict. She does not show... She does not seem to have the same experience as the others. But yet, even without casting a detect magic spell, you can feel the power coming from the book on her waist.
So, it might be a minute before I can come back.
Okay.
You guys want to see something? It's hailing a lot.
Oh,
Mhm.
fun.
Your sound is also coming through very distorted.
Oh, no.
Christ.
Feels so cool though.
Yeah, that's why you should move to Canada.
Some of that straight up pissed off both ends.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Ugh. Okay.
Um, you can feel the power coming off of her book. And you see next to it a small, well, a thin but quite long pouch. Can I have you roll Arcana? And Whimsy, if you're studying her as well, you can also roll.
Yeah. I don't feel like there's much else for her to do at the moment.
Okay.
13.
13.
11.
Okay. Both of you know that spellcasters, especially wizards, tend to carry around component pouches. Though this looks like a strangely shaped one, you imagine that's probably what this is. A pouch that holds her spell's components. There is something familiar about the way she holds herself, though. She doesn't carry herself quite the way as the others here you've met. And there's almost an alien air to her when compared to everyone else that you've seen. And due to technical difficulties, I believe we should go ahead and call break there. We will be back shortly. And we're back. So, Telravik, as you introduce yourself, Lady Rose Umberlight nods, says, I know who you are. You got here faster than I expected," and turns a stopwatch to face you, as she stops it at 6 hours, and give or take a few minutes.
Oh, well, I'm glad to have at least surpassed those expectations. Can I ask how long you thought it would take for me to get here?
My prediction was at least 3 days, given the volcano and the fact you were traveling with outsiders. Your ingenuity and intelligence at getting them here alive has earned you 1 point.
It was a team effort between all of us. I couldn't have done it without their resources.
Regardless, the 3 of you made it here alive, which earns you 1 point. You are not leaving my city until you have 3.
Damn fucking hostage situation here.
But, come, let us have tea. As she turns and begins to walk towards the doors at the opposite end of the room.
Telravik will hurry and skedaddle along behind. So, were you planning on just waiting? Did the guards alert you that we were showing up? Were you gonna wait 3 days there, or what was going on?
I had received word that you had arrived in the city and prepared myself accordingly, though I set the stopwatch as soon as I set the volcano to detonate.
Skaaymon snickers.
Huh. Right.
What?
Really interesting. Tellervik will kind of give a glance towards Whimsy, but then stop short because, he's starting to get a little bit of a hang on Whimsy. Not wanting not wanting Whimsy to take this as a challenge. In needing to prove herself, so he will just nod along.
He already didn't like this person.
Oh no.
Because, that's not the first thing you want to hear out of my mouth anytime it comes. She already didn't like this person because, she was wanting, at least, a cool, fire elemental person, or, a dude or something like that. But this is just a human woman. Get out of here. This shit is, And
This
then they
is
have
just
the
a
goal.
woman.
And then they have the goal. Ayla. Ayla.
And then they had the gall.
Ayla, you have single-handedly changed my sexuality. Okay, I'm gonna continue. Had the fucking goal to insinuate that she was not the one who controlled this volcano? Oh, hell no. She grits her teeth, hard enough that there's, a snap, but I think she glances to Telly at, the same time that he kind of glances back. And, you hear some labored breathing for her not to immediately go at this person.
Okay, Telly's going to grab Whimsy's hand and just try to pull Whimsy close and just pat her arm. Physical contact to soothe the beast.
Rose turns to the guard following as she says, Actually, speaking of, can you go and tell them to disable the mining operation? Yes, ma'am. As the elemental turns and begins to walk back the way that you came, walking past the three of you.
Mining operation.
In order
Is that what set
to
it off?
in order to probe the volcano to detonate, yes. To erupt.
Huh. Are you trying
I'm not
to
surprised.
receive glass?
Volcanic glass is useful, but I specifically set the eruption as a test for you. We
Ah,
had mined a little too close to the Emblem Pass in a few years ago and discovered that if we irritate it enough, it will erupt on our own command. It's sort of a last resort defense.
useful.
Whimsy is going to message Telly this first, and then very quickly after message Skaaymon.
Okay, so we all need to check our persons in the vehicle because they have a listening device in there and they heard what I did and now they're trying to take the fucking credit for it.
I feel like, wait, this is like over the phone?
No, through a message spell.
Okay, okay. Well, text messages are a thing. Just wanted to clarify.
Is it a text?
No, this is the spell.
Okay, I was
Okay,
right.
okay. Well, Telravik will nod and not say much else to that.
She leads you to the other end of the hangar and through a set of double doors, down a long, steel, barren hallway, and then into... You feel the temperature dropping the deeper into this building you go. It's actually strangely cold for you, Telravik. The further and further you go, you're starting to get to temperatures that you weren't sure were even possible in this plane. And then she opens a door at the other end and steps into a beautiful observatory. Glass windows on the opposite wall look out over the most beautiful landscape you've ever seen. It's green as far as the eye can see. You see large spires rising from the green with more green on top of them. A darker green. Some of the spires are shorter than others. You see creatures wandering throughout the green. Some seem to be feasting on it. Others just grazing. You've never seen anything like it, but as you look, you see some creatures soaring through the sky, and you realize the sky is blue for some reason. Some tufts of white within it.
Wait,
Whimsy and Skaaymon, you see the material plane.
Telravik stops, like, full on, just like, standstill stops.
I feel like Skaaymon wasn't quite paying attention to Telly and was walking behind him, so for a brief second bumps into him going, "Oh, fuck, sorry. What are you looking at?"
Does the volcano toxins make the sky that color?
No, it's an illusion, an illusory window into my home plane. She waves her hand as you see it fades and the windows are just looking straight at rock, before she waves her hand again and the illusion returns. a reminder of where I came from.
This is very blue.
Oh yeah, it's the material.
I didn't know it was so blue.
The blue you see is the sky, and those tufts of white are clouds.
It's pretty.
The light green that makes up the ground is known as grass, and those spires are called trees.
Don't you see why I said this place fucking sucks now, Telly?
But we have our own pretty things here.
There's certainly a certain beauty to the magma.
Okay, the magma, yeah. Like, the magma is like the only good part.
The
Telly.
magma, the eternal flames, you know.
The construction
That
work
was
is
far.
certainly far more interesting than my home.
The way the smoke
Okay, but to
can
be
make-
fair, you. I didn't hear that, Ayla. What was that?
the way the smokes can weave in and out. There's lots of pretty things to admire in the scenery here.
Sort of.
But I won't deny that the material plane is very colorful and pretty. It has a much wider array of colors, I feel.
In my years traversing the plains, I've found that every plane has something beautiful. Every plane that I've visited, at least. Prince Telravik, was it? She approaches a couch in the room and sits down. The material unfamiliar to you, though Skaaymon and Whimsy you would recognize it as leather. A wooden coffee table in the center of the room sits with a kettle that is currently spilling steam in a weird imitation of the volcano as she sets a set of teacups down, one for each of you. Help yourself to some tea.
Okay, so I feel like this could be a trap or another test or something. I might be overthinking this though, but like I don't know. The fact that is it poisoned? Are we about to get drugged? Like
Someone's paranoid.
Am I? Am I really? I'm just like I don't know, man. I feel like first of all, what does Telravik know about teas here? Is it disrespectful to decline a drink from a host?
The elemental plane of fire doesn't have a lot of tea culture. There are some teas that exist here, but mostly since the war started, weirdly enough, with soldiers transporting tea leaves back from the plane of Earth. And kind of reclaiming it for their own, insisting that they are the ones who came up with the idea to combine it with water and whatnot. You've heard in your studies of history, when the borders of this plane were more open, there was a time where travelers from the material would bring tea with them, and they had their own culture. You can roll a history check to see what you remember of that.
Okay. I rolled on the wrong character. One moment. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I've got Rain's fucking character sheet pulled up. Where the fuck's Telravik? Okay. God, I'm so sorry. Is that history or insight?
History.
16.
16. You remember, as you think more about it, you remember that this history lesson was one of the most frustrating because, unlike other planes, the material plane had this concept known as nations, where different areas of the material plane would have different cultures. So it wasn't just, oh, this culture is a material plane culture. It's, this culture is this specific part of the material plane. But you remember, through all of that, tea culture was very different from nation to nation. But you also remember learning that Lady Rose had come from a place called the Gatronian? Something along those lines. The Empire. And you remember within that place, there wasn't as heavy of a tea culture. And you're fairly certain it wasn't considered disrespectful to decline?
Okay. Well, I need to roll for this because I feel like he would want the tea, but like, would he think that? I feel like it's out of character for him to think that this is poisoned. It's out of character for him to think. I think I can definitely think it's poisoned. Okay, yeah, no. He does not think there's anything wrong with this tea, okay? I'm overthinking here, I believe. So, Telravik will take the tea and accept it with his thanks and drink
I
it.
do think before he drinks it, Whimsy will message.
Ellie, do you think that's a good idea? I mean, it could be like poisoned or something. What if this is a test?
Eli, I'm so sorry, but Whimsy would be suspicious as fuck of this. Like, she ain't to take this tea. This is so solid.
Now I have to think, Tori. Why would you do this to me? Okay. He will smell the tea. And is he being watched as he drinks the tea? You know, like a person usually does when they're like, yes, drink my poison.
He's being studied intensely. You can roll an insight check if you would like.
Oh no.
Well, while this is happening, Skaaymon kind of politely declines the tea. He kind of goes, no thank you, I'm not much of a tea drinker, but, and then looks at the other two, confused at what the fuck's going on.
What'd you
I
get
feel like it's helpful. Until he got a 22. I feel like the cup is like up to his lips, like he's about to drink it. But he's just staring frozen for now.
Her look does not look necessarily like one of someone like, yes, drink my poison. She seems to be watching you to see what you'll do, studying every move, judging every move.
Okay, it's very clear that he's going to give it to it then, and he's going to look at Whimsy and just be like he's trying to like convey a mental conversation back. Can you respond with message?
You can.
You can.
Okay. Then he will very clearly like it's clear that there's some sort of telepathic communication going on. I think this might be part of the test though.
What, that you get poisoned?
I don't know. Like, is it? would it be rude for me to like decline it? Like, is this like, am I supposed to like ingest this so like I can move on to the next phase? Like, I, one of us has got to drink it. I'll drink it. If something goes wrong, you can heal me. You can help me. Okay?
Well, I'm not much of a healer.
Then I'll heal myself. I just don't want you to get hurt. It is very clear, like there's a mental conversation happening between Whimsy and Telly.
Just awkwardly staring at each other.
They are like staring at each other, like his face is definitely moving as like he mentally conveys. And like mind you, the entire time he's still holding the cup of tea like right to his face.
Skaaymon is just watching this, trying very hard to not smirk. He's trying to stay, professional, but it's getting hard with these two.
And then Telly will just say, I'm drinking the tea, and we'll wing it if anything goes wrong.
Okay, fine. But if this is poison and she's like totally okay with poisoning you, I may not be able to control myself. And she'll speak out loud.
It'll just be part of the test, and he's going to down it all. Not looking to enjoy it, like he's just like willing to like take this poison shot.
She raises an eyebrow at you, but does not say anything. As she says, a Telravik, correct?
Oh, yes.
I heard word that you are introducing yourself to the various dukes and duchesses.
I'm so sorry. One moment.
You good?
I just did something diabolical to Smokey. He's hunting this spider. He yawned, so I shoved my finger in his mouth.
Oh my
You
God.
fucking bastard.
Sorry, Smokey.
You are not waking up tomorrow.
No, I do it to him all the time. He just head smashed me and walked away. Sorry. I'm good now.
You what did you say?
Oh no. You've been introducing yourself as
yes.
Tello.
You've been introducing yourself to the various dukes and duchesses, I hear.
I have.
Does this mean you suspect your father has perished?
Personally, I do not. However, it is smart to always take precautions. I believe my father can still be saved and that he's still out there. And I intend to see to it that he's returned home. However, that is my hope and what I believe to be true, but it does not necessarily mean it is the truth. So I am taking precautions and trying to ensure that if the worst comes to pass, there's stability in the plane.
She nods. She pours herself a cup of tea as she continues. And what of your companions? You haven't introduced me to them yet.
Yeah, he did. Didn't he?
No, he
No, he
the
didn't.
guards. Yeah.
Those guards. Yep.
Oh. How impolite of me. Sorry. This is Princess, and Telravik is a much better gentleman than I am. He would remember Whimsy's full
silly
name
Autumn
and title.
Lily.
Okay, so Autumn Lily, I definitely remembered. But Telravik would introduce Whimsy with the full title, and then he would, oh gosh. However, Skaaymon introduced himself is how Telravik would also introduce.
How did Skaaymon introduce
Did
himself?
did Skaaymon say first name and last name, or just first name?
I
don't remember.
I don't remember.
It'll be the same though.
I don't think he did introduce with his full name.
That
Or
sounds
maybe
right to me.
no, wait. Okay, either he didn't because he doesn't like people, or he did because he didn't want to lie to the scary people with knives to him. Metaphorically speaking, he was never, held at knife point, but that's besides the point. There are those two options there. I don't remember if he did or not, though.
You introduce your companions, and she nods. A princess? Then my apologies, and she will bow to you, Whimsy. Welcome to our humble city, Princess Autumn Lily.
Whimsy kind of offs a little bit.
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna let my prince speak for me.
Your prince? Is there
Oh,
some
yes.
sort of union that I'm unaware of?
Yeah, do you see how unified we are? The three of us. Really.
I meant national union. Given that the material plane doesn't have royalty any longer, I suspect you're from the Feywild.
Look at me. Do you think that I could be from somewhere as boring as the material? Yeah, no, I'm not from the material.
You are on the elemental plane of fire. According to the reports I heard from your visit to the City of Iron, you had a particular interest in violence. I would have thought that the material plane of all planes would have drawn to you, given our penchant for violence.
I mean, plenty of other people are like, this place is way more violent than the material is, at least from, my books and stuff. Like, this is the place to be if you want to kill people.
The material plane has... Every nation in the material plane is currently at war with itself.
Sounds exhausting.
There are multiple terrorist organizations that are suspected to have connections to various government agencies, including a terrorist organization disguising themselves as the very people meant to protect people from terrorist organizations. Are you sure you wouldn't like the material plane?
I'm not ruling out like visiting it or whatever, but I mean, it's not my focus. Like, yes, I'm going to roll over it as I am everything, but like, it's not first on my list.
Oh, interesting. You intend to rule over...
Doesn't have as many. Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, look at me.
I suspect back problems may get in the way of that.
He must have been trying to keep his composure. He loses it for a second.
Oh.
Her eyes twitch for just a moment, but she just smiles.
Yeah, I guess not everyone can be as well endowed as me. Sorry. I imagine if you only had like 10% of what I'm packing, you'd be a lot more confident in yourself, huh? Yes, me and my boisterous body are going to roll over everything. Thank you for noticing.
Telravik just like he was like trying to keep like his composure through this, but like as Whimsy says this, he just like very clearly like shrinks down in like not quite disappointment, but disappointment.
Do not hide from your betrothed.
What?
Okay, Skaaymon loses it again. This time actually having to stand up, walk around whatever he's sitting on, and crouch behind it. Just so that he can, like, breathe without looking like he's dying. At least, no, he's still gonna look like he's dying. It's just not visible to these guys.
Is that
Telravik is
not what
taking
you
several
said?
steps away from.
A union between the Feywild and elemental plane of fire. She referred to you as her prince. Am I misunderstanding what's going on here?
Yeah, but from behind the couch.
The only thing that you are misunderstanding is that I only represent myself. The Feywild is not as lucky as to be associated with me. He is forming a union with Whimsy, Silly, Autumn Lily, and no one else. I
No, we're not
have more
getting married.
importance than an entire plane.
You see her face kind of twists in confusion as she asks, "Hang on, you intend to rule over everything, but you don't even control the Feywild where you're from."
I never said that. I said that I don't want to be tied and represented by a specific place. I represent only myself, and myself represents eventually everywhere.
Meanwhile, Telravik is just like currently dying several feet away.
Telravik's dying in one way, Skaemon's dying in another.
Right. Prince
Telly can have partial custody of this place, though.
Telly. You allow
The
her
flames
to
burn even brighter.
you allow her to speak to you like that?
It's a nickname among friends, like comrades.
Friends?
I.
You're not supposed to have friends.
Oh damn, that's sad.
The flames like immediately like diminish and he straightens up a bit more. Comrades, I misspoke. It's
She shakes her head. Even comrades aren't
allies.
supposed to treat you that way. You are a prince in a position of power.
Would it not make sense to
You should
have
demand respect from your comrades.
I mean, hey, I respect him.
You are
It's
here
different.
trying to prove that you deserve to rule this entire plane. Our government runs on a system of strength and power. You can only rule this nation if you prove yourself to be strong enough or surround yourself and make subservient people who are strong enough to keep you in power. Allowing yourself friends or allowing people to refer to you as an equal is detrimental to your own goal. Because if you cannot make someone bow to you, or if anyone sees you associating with another as an equal, you will be seen as weak. Whether I view you as weak or not is irrelevant. The greater whole of this nation, of this plane will see you as weak if you have any equals.
I understand. But there will always be people stronger. Maybe not on this plane, but on other planes. And that is why I allow Whimsy to refer to me as an equal. Because Whimsy has demonstrated great power. Whimsy and Skaaymon both have traveled the planes and done many things. I believe an allyship between us will be beneficial for the future when they complete their goals.
Outsiders
They are not
treated
members.
Outsiders are not treated well within our ranks. Even I have had to constantly prove my loyalty. And you wish to bring in people that you consider strong enough to refer to as equals.
They are not They are not members of this plane, nor do they intend to be.
Even alliances can be dangerous.
I am aware. That is why I have things to help them, just as they have things to help me.
And what if I lock your third point behind cutting the two of them off?
What do you mean?
I mean, I told you, you are not leaving this city until you have earned 3 points. You have 1 already. What if I insist the only way you earn your third point is by cutting these 2 off, leaving them behind?
And then we run into a little bit of an issue because my mission is to escort them all the way.
And if we offered to escort them for you?
That would be unacceptable. Because this mission was given to me by my mother,
She smiles.
the Queen.
Good. You have conviction. A willingness to protect your own ideals even in the face of conflict. That is important, especially in this plane. There will always be people who try to challenge you. Every action you take will be questioned and judged by your people. Everything you say will be questioned and judged. Stand by your convictions as you have done here. Sure, maybe in this case it's just defending your friends from someone who may or may not have something against outsiders. But every single thing you do, you need to be sure of. Every single attack you order, every blade you break, needs to be intentional.
Telravik will nod.
I do have one question. The way you devoured your tea, is that customary on this plane, or was there another reason for it?
We were taking bets as to whether or not it was poisoned.
You were worried I had poisoned you, and your solution was to consume the entire thing instantly.
I can't say I'm surprised, honestly.
Tally will look over to Whimsy. We had plans to counteract it.
I am a plain renowned healer.
Since when? Skaaymon just like Blake stare. Since when? When did this happen?
Oh, sorry. Did I not update you on that, Skaaymon? Sorry. I got a little busy. You know, getting all my healing degrees.
I can heal quite well, actually. It is one of the many magics I studied and learned. I figured, if need be, it's unconventional, I understand, but being able to support my armies in combat is something I strive to do.
I do not care for what your combat abilities are. Whether you're a healer, a warrior, that does not matter to me. What does matter to me is that you did have a contingency in place in case I did attempt to poison you.
And we also thought of it. You know.
I did not intend to poison you, but it is always a possibility. It is always a possibility, especially in this plane, that when you meet face to face with someone, anyone, especially someone like me, who has already killed to gain their position, that you need to be cautious.
Of course.
Of course, I'm happy where I am. This is about the same position I had back home before I left. And here, I can do more of my experiments without being questioned every single spell I cast by some council overlooking me.
What type of magic do you cast? I was a bit curious about it myself.
You'll have to wait for that.
Understood.
But curiosity is important. When I came to this plane, and came to this position of power, your mother was kind enough to permit me my experiments. I never met your father. I've heard of his strength, but I do not know nor care about him. I will admit to you here and now, some of my experiments siphon power from souls, sacrificing the lives of traitors in exchange for knowledge. People who dare to claim lives that do not belong to them, people who dare to take what is not theirs, people who dare to feed information to our enemies. This city has not known emptier prisons. And in turn, I have reduced the crime rates, because people have realized that severe crimes meet with severe punishments. Do you have an issue with this?
Considering who you do it to, and the fact that it clearly works, I feel like the knowledge is worth it.
Good. That's a
It is a fine
personal,
line,
that's a personal
but
quandary of mine.
it is a very fine line to walk, but from what I understand of your take on it, it's understandable.
I do not claim the lives of those who are loyal to our nation, those who are working functions in this machine. I do not seek to damage our own plane. Simply those who seek to undo what has been done. Your mother has been kind enough to permit this so far, and I hope that if you find yourself in her place, in your father's place, that you will continue to allow me to do so.
It will, of course, need to be discussed in more detail, but I have no intention on stopping you
Of course.
with your experiments. If anything, I would be interested to see what it is you've learned.
You will learn soon enough. Her gaze shifts to Skaaymon and Whimsy. But I've spoken enough with the prince for now. I wish to know of the company he keeps. Let us start with you, Skaaymon, since I know less about you than I know of the other. Where do you hail from, Tiefling?
I'm not sure I want to fuck her buttons. I don't think I should. He kind of looks for a moment, like reading her expression a bit. I come from the Shadowfell.
The Shadowfell, curious. One of the planes I haven't had the pleasure of visiting yet. I've always been curious in the magics that come from that place. You don't happen to fancy yourself a sorcerer or a wizard, do you?
No, I am not.
Unfortunate for me, but understandable. What brings you to this place?
A search for a wanted criminal.
A criminal? Fleeing all the way here from the Shadowfell?
Yeah, he's definitely been on a trip.
I have observed in the last few days a number of interplanar portals opening within this place.
Really?
I cannot track exactly where they came from. The first to open came... I cannot track where exactly the portals opened on this end, nor on the other end. But I have reason to believe the first of these portals came from the Feywild. The second of these portals from the elemental plane of air, and the third from the elemental plane of water.
Well, I have no idea about the one from the Feywild, or the plane of water. But the one from air does seem to be the one that we all came through, so he's still on brand.
I have also detected a portal opening between here and the elemental plane of Earth yesterday.
Oh joy, he's causing interplanar problems. Who would have fucking thought?
What's interesting about that fourth portal, the one that opened yesterday, is that according to my last check, it was still open. Planar energy from the elemental plane of air, Earth, seeping into this place through a new portal, not from the magma tower, but somewhere else. I'm not sure where, I'm not sure how.
From the city, or just in the surrounding area?
Somewhere in this plane, I don't know where.
The plane. Okay.
I suspect it is further east. Most of the energy seems to be coming from that direction, but beyond eastward, I can't give you anything more.
Well, that's more than what I've been going off of as of late, so...
Whatever this criminal of yours is doing here, it seems to me like he needs a personal way between both this plane and the plane of Earth. So you consider yourself law enforcement, then?
Not really. I technically have a title, I think, of deputy, but that's mostly specifically in the Shadowfell. It's not really any...
Skaaymon, you're a deputy?
Technically. I think. It's something like that. I don't actually remember. Realistically, this was not supposed to go... Well, I say supposed to. It was not thought to have gone past the central 3 planes. And yet, here we are. What, four planes later? I have no idea anymore at this point.
You are far traveled, then.
Something like that.
Her gaze shifts to Whimsy. And what of you? Tell me of yourself, Princess.
Not much, I believe I should share if we want to keep this conversation at least PG-13, as they say. But Skaaymon, darling, I did just have the thought. Do you think that's Kirai following us again? I mean, come on, who the hell else is going to come from the Feywild?
The Feywild was... By the sounds of it, the Feywild was open before. I mean, process of elimination, you could figure out where we're going next, maybe, but... If it is Kirai, then you'd have to know where Zen is going. And if that's the case, then I have a bone to pick with that fucker.
See them getting together, doing a little, you know, ooh, we're after the same people, let's, you know, link arms or some shit. I could see that.
One is after you, the other is trying to escape.
We're a package deal, Skaaymon.
What I mean is one is trying to go after us as a group, and one is trying to get away. So if anything, it would be less of we're after the same people and more of distract them.
Their focus is on us. Is that satisfactory? Okay. Anyways, about me. Oh, there's so much trivia. I adore slimes. I really like food. My favorite is goat cheese wheels. Before you ask, no, that's not weird. I love goat milk. Pretty common, actually.
I've met a number of satyrs who consume goat milk, primarily.
Don't drink ordinary goat milk. Mine is very special, but I won't give my trade secrets or my suppliers out. What else? I love romance novels. Oh, I love traveling. And I am going to be your leader one day.
Yes.
Not just yours specifically, everyone's.
The ruler of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you plan to go about that?
I can't just tell you, then you might try to do the same thing.
Surely, if you're as all-powerful as you think, I could never hold a candle to you.
Well, yeah, obviously, but like, you know, we already have to kill like 1,000,000 people a day. Oh, actually, maybe I should tell you. Nah, I like a little bit of suspense, a little bit of, nah.
Okay.
You'll see, you'll find out.
What shall your policies be when you are supreme ruler of everything?
Not what I feel like at the moment.
And what do you intend to do with, revolution?
Revolution? Well, no one would want to have a revolution against me. I'll make sure that they never even think of it.
Humor me for a
Skaaymon.
moment. If a revolution rose, hiding from you until it became an actual threat, what is your plan to handle that?
Depends on who's revolutionizing. If they're cute and I like them, then I'll just go ahead and cast a little spell. Oh, they all like me now. If I don't really like them as much and they're not as cute, then I don't know. See how many it takes to kill before they shut up?
And I want to introduce you to a math problem now. As for your second solution, kill them until they stop. What happens when you kill one revolutionary? Say you have 100 revolutionaries and you kill one of them. How many do you have left?
Oh, is this something where oh, you have 100, so you kill one. So immediately you would want to answer oh, well, you have 99, but because you killed one of them, you incited so many more to rebel, and nah. I mean, okay, if you kill just a few, that's gonna happen, but eventually you're gonna squash all that hope out. You just have to stomp a little hard.
If you have 100 revolutionaries and you kill 50, how many do you have left?
Well, I mean, again, basically the same thing. I mean, you could put any number up there. I don't know. It depends. There's so many factors. Like, how ambitious are these people? Do they think they can stand up to me? Because, if they do, then it doesn't really matter how many I kill. They're still gonna go at it. And then, we have to turn to other means. If nothing works, then eventually, I don't know, sap all their free will and their sense of self until they're just a mindless husk, and then have them do cute little tricks for me. They can be my court jester. I can line them all up.
Telravik,
Yes.
you have 100 revolutionaries, you kill 50. How many do you have left?
50.
Incorrect. You have 100 revolutionaries, you kill 100. How many do you have left?
I'm sorry, God, say it again.
You have 100 revolutionaries, you kill 100. How many do you have left?
I feel like one answer could be none, but at the same time, more could rise up.
Correct. You have 100 revolutionaries. You turn them all into mindless husks. How many do you have left?
You turn them into mindless husks. Others could still rise up.
If you turn them
Over
all
those
into mindless husks, you end up with more than if you kill them all. If you kill them all, every single one that died probably had a brother or a friend or a sister or a mother who was considering joining the revolution, and now you've given them a reason to. Every revolutionary you kill produces anywhere from 1 to 50 more. If you turn them into mindless husks,
It becomes a threat for more than just their families, more than just a revenge game.
if you turn them into mindless husks, there is hope to get them back.
Mm-hmm. And then you get to see them try and fail.
She turns and looks at you, studying you. There is clearly nothing I can say to convince you of this. But unless you change your mind, change how you want to go about this, you are going to die. Or, if you are truly immortal, your essence is going to be scattered across the plains, shattered into 1,000,000 pieces, so that you may never reform.
I'm sorry. Icarus and Asius is actually Whimsy.
Nice.
Because
She.
ruling over everyone with such an iron fist will only ever incite rebellion. And eventually, you're going to get the chosen one. The one who even fate decides shall cleanse the world of the threat you pose. It may not be for a long time. It may not even be a mortal who does it. It may be our entire race of people are wiped out and replaced by robots, AI, or ABS bots, or something along those lines, but even then, someone will rebel, or you will have no one left to rule.
Then I make more people.
And those people rebel.
Yeah, and then we just like do a little cycle over and over and over again. And try different things each time.
The creator of our universe, Krayshalis, Lord of the Gods, King of Creation, no longer rules over everything because his own son turned against him.
I'm not planning on having kids. You see, I took notes from that story.
But you intend to create people. Just
Yeah.
the same as the gods created people. Sure, Scriptor is referred to as the son of creation, but there is no biology that made him such. He was sculpted of earth and clay and given life. But, as I have already said, there is clearly nothing I can say to convince you otherwise.
Yeah, there definitely isn't. Also, no, just ugh. The idea of me just like making something and it being like, this is your daughter son thing now is like, ew, no. Like, I'm at least gonna like use an egg on it if I'm gonna make something, but that's just me.
And Telravik, do you support her ambitions?
Telravik kind
When
of
it comes time, will you surrender our plane to her rule?
Whoa, real quick. I did say that we would have joint custody.
Joint custody is still surrendering the plane to your rule.
I will do what I must for the plane.
Roll persuasion.
This is such a delicate line, right? Either
This is a tightrope.
Yeah. Persuasion, come on, Telly, man. You fucking bitch. You fucking little
Well,
bitch.
you should have advantage still because you slimy out.
Slimy is here, yeah?
Okay,
Oh my
okay.
god, I love that.
Tellervik? Better, you're less of a bitch, but still a bitch.
I'm like her allies having advantage on lying to her because
19.
Okay.
He's trying to keep his expression neutral, clearly.
She studies you. There's a long silence. Before she stands from the couch and says, 2 points. Whimsy almost lost that for you, but 2 points.
Children, I'm gonna need you both to get the fuck off and quit fighting. As funny as it might be, that's not what Tully says. I'm talking to the cats. I feel like he understands this. Teleric will nod. I'm glad then that you are taking into account my own actions over that of my company.
I am taking both into consideration. Who you choose to travel with is and does reflect upon you as a leader. However,
I am aware.
I'm going to be more upfront about your final test. Your final test is to best me in combat, all 3 of you. However, the combat does not start here. You start here. I have sent most of my guards out, but some of them remain within this building and are aware that when I give the order, they are to fight you as though you are an intruder. The guards I have kept here are all under suspicion of treachery, and I believe they have realized this. So do not hold back. when it comes to facing me in my chambers at the top of this tower, I also request that you do not hold back. I have my ways to escape if it should come to lethal blows.
Very well.
She smiles and says, "Then your trial begins," and vanishes in a puff of purple smoke.
God damn it! Why does it always have to be like this? Why did she have to drag us into this? Come on.
Whimsy literally starts, like, hopping up and down in joy.
Reach the top of the tower thing? Oh, they have these situations in books sometimes. And, like, they have to, like, fight, and each level is, like, a different, like, boss figure, and oh, it's gonna be so much fun!
Mm-hmm. Alright. Are we just brute forcing this, or are we gonna actually do the smart thing and make a plan? In an area that we have no idea how anything is laid out.
Yeah, how are
So
we
we're gonna
gonna
end up
make a
brute forcing it
plan?
anyways.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Does that sound good to you, Telly?
We need some form of plan.
Kill the ball?
Question is, let's see if we can find some sort of map of this place. Most of the areas, and I doubt they just have it laying around or anything. There's always some sort of war room or something. If we can get some sort of potential layouts, we'll have an advantage. Not quite as much as one as the people who live here, but it's something.
Well, it's better than nothing, so. Woo, let's go do this. So fucking excited.
Mm-hmm. Lead the way, Telly, lead the way. I'll let you be like, you know, yeah.
Okay. From what he does know of this area, Telravik will attempt to find a war room of some kind. Something that might have a map.
As you stand, a plan in place, ready to make your way towards a potential war room or something that may have blueprints, unfortunately, that is all we have time for today. Thank you for coming, those of you listening to my tale and those of you part of it. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Goodbye for now, my friends.